They 8 through 10, all the bad vibes better stop. Cause you gotta come with that energy. Casual combos, baby, come down and just sit with me. Lil' Coco be spitting that remedy. Casual combos, baby, come down and just sit with me. You better take this shit serious. She dropping knowledge on head and it's free for the play. Tap in right now if you curious. We got the ham radio going lit every A. We go from people to family to pilots. Stay with me if you got something to say. Know it's important if we go acknowledge. Speak on the business and get out the way. What you gonna say about my mama? She winning, you rockhead.
Hello, welcome to the Casual Convo Show, where we have conversations about topics that affect the community's personal and business relationships. We always have the casual convo, so you don't have to have the tough convo. I am your host, Coco, and of course, I have my amazing co-host, DJ Extraordinaire, who is behind the scenes right now due to eye surgery, Big Boscoe from the Bronx.
What up, y'all?
Oh. Joining us, we have special guest, the amazing best real estate agent ever of Rocket Mortgage Company, David Humphrey.
Yeah.
And we also
How y'all doing?
and we also have my good Judy, no pun intended, Jude, one of the best artists in Baltimore, who's going to be doing a live demonstration tonight. How is everyone doing?
Yep.
Doing good, feeling great.
Yep.
Happy to be here.
Yes, sir.
I'm having a good time. Finish the same question.
Okay, so as we start, we're going to just dive right into it. We're going to start as we usually do with the mental health check-in. But before that, hello, Matrix. Hello, Lisa. I guess I'll go first. My mental health is okay. Considering, I'm gonna say, like I mentioned last week, I think I'm having some situations that's putting me in a space to realize my growth mentally, how to deal with situations, go through it. Therapy is great. But yeah, my mental health, I'm gonna say it's good. Bosco?
Hey, I'm good, man. I'm just waiting for tomorrow to get this other surgery so I can see the world into brown eyes. I know I can't sing, but I can rap and I can cut on the turntable. So hey, 2 out of 3 ain't bad. Now I'm good, y'all. For real, I'm just amped. I can't wait till tomorrow. I won't have to wear any glasses anymore, but I'm still going to get me some glasses because I love wearing glasses. So yeah, I'm good. I feel good.
Clearly.
Next. Somebody.
I'll go.
Okay.
I was gonna say, I was like, I'm fit. You know what? The word for the week for me is just to stay grateful, stay gratitude for sure. It's hard to not to be corny, but it's hard to have an attitude when you're living in gratitude. So just trying to. Sometimes when things get a little difficult, I try to think back on the times where I used to pray for the stuff that I got now. You know what I mean? It's especially just I've come a long way and I'm grateful for that, and I'm looking to just keep pushing. So gratitude is where I'm at right now. That's my mindset.
Right on.
Awesome.
Mine's is cool. Like I don't know how to say it. Like it's cool. Like I'm chill. Like
yeah.
I'm happy in life. I'm focused on what I'm trying to do. Like I'm looking forward to greater things. A new day every day, like a better me. So I think mine's is just cool.
Say do again.
D. Don't stop that.
F you.
I just had to.
Did I say it good enough for you?
You said it right. Yeah.
Forget you.
There you go. Don't feel like Mountain Dew. Okay.
I know we normally have Bosco thoughts. Bosco, do you have any thoughts about today?
I did, but I forgot because I was laughing. So let's move on with the show.
Okay. Okay, guys.
I do. Here he goes. Yeah, my thoughts for the day. I'll keep it brief. it goes back to the thing with Israel, and I'm gonna say it this way. And of course, the comments made going forward, as a disclaimer, comments made does not necessarily represent Casual Convo, Coco, Hand Radio, Restream, or anyone associated with the show. These are strictly my opinions. Now we are kneeling. Hey, Karen's in the building.
Hey, Karen.
What up?
I made it through.
We're kneeling now for Israel, but we had an issue with Colin Kaepernick kneeling for people here. Also, okay, we're supporting Israel. And, if that's what you do, that's what you do. You do, okay. Supposed to be Jews. But how can you support a country when you still let the I get the teachings of a person who basically exterminated millions of Jews? So how does that work? You supporting Israel, but you still let this guy, Hitler, his teachings and everything, let them be spoken throughout the country. That's like kind of hypocrite. That's like me walking up to your kid, smacking the pork and beans out of him, but you be like, yo, that's still my homie. You still support me, even though I just smacked the hell out of your kid. It don't make sense. That's my thoughts for today. A little bit hypocrite.
Thank you, Bosco.
Yeah.
Okay, so let me just introduce the topic for tonight. We are supporting local and small businesses. And also we have an extra treat. We have David here. He's going to give us a little bit of insight on real estate and what he does as well with Rocket Mortgage. And if you guys have any questions, feel free to type them in the comments, and we will also give you guys this information if they have any questions or if you're interested in getting more information after the show. So before we really get into the conversation, when we started promo, Bosco and I, we sent out some messages, and a couple of people did respond, and they wanted us to mention their business. So I have about 6, if it's okay. I'm just go through them really, really quickly, and you can still comment your business in the comment section, or you can call in as well. So the first one, of course, we got Mr. David Humphrey of Rocket Mortgage, real estate agent. And then we have Brandy McClary. And if I say your name wrong, I apologize ahead of time. Y'all know I mess up the name, but it's really, I'm sorry. Brandy McClary, B&M Creations LLC. She does glueless wigs. I actually went to the website. It's actually pretty cute. There's one that I'm actually interested in. I got to do that before I do my locks. So, yeah, Brandy, we got you. Also, I have a good friend of mine, a Teeth Effect DJ and party promoter. He's actually celebrating his last promo event coming up in March. I will also be reposting that as well, but you can still hit him up for all your DJ needs. I will give contact information towards the end. Also, we have the amazing Karen Hansley, who is also on the panel tonight, of Karen Treats, and also she has a home cleaning business. And I'll give you her information as well. Then we also have Tiffany McKnight of Ambiance Creations LLC for all your candle needs, room sprays, candle wax. She does boxes, baskets, and more. And I will give you. And also, we have the amazing, the beautiful, the Jude of Jude Creations, artist. Sip and paint. She holds sip and paints. She makes aprons, pillows. What? She's just multi-talented. Bracelets. She does it all. So, welcome. Do you have any other ones?
I got one. Dre Woodbury. That's his brand name. It's his name, DRE. And Woodbury. He does shirts. He custom shirts, t-shirts, and all that stuff. Let him know his prices are cheap. Oh, my bad, I dropped something. But yeah, Dre Woodbury. Look him up on Facebook. Look him up on Instagram. Good guy, fellow New Yorker. Brooklyn in the house. Look him up if you want your t-shirts and stuff like that done.
All right. So we're gonna do that. We will mention you guys again throughout the show. So if you missed it, tune in. We got you covered. Also, so now with the panel, you guys, I guess we want to start. I guess we can start with David. We're gonna go from this way. If you want to tell us about yourself and what is it and what you do.
Yeah, absolutely. Again, super grateful to be on the platform with you all. So my name is David Humphrey with Rocket Mortgage. We're here locally in the DMV. You may have heard of Rocket Mortgage. You may have seen our commercials before. But pretty much since July of this past year, Rocket has established a presence here in Maryland. I myself am located in Baltimore, but I'm licensed throughout the entire DMV. Uh, what we really want to do and what I want to do personally is just educate our people in regards to the programs that are out there, what's available, what you may have heard of, if you heard of some myths or anything like that. I want to be able to take care of those things, kind of answer some questions, and really just, spread light on some programs that people may not be available on. So, yeah.
Word. That's what's up.
Awesome. Jude. Well, before Jude goes, David, you had a compliment. Lisa loves your voice.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
Hey, Lisa, you need to watch your mouth. What you doing, Lisa? Hold up. You need
Don't
to
get
call
jealous.
me.
We're not here for that.
Me and you got to talk.
Jude, you want to tell us about what you're going to do tonight, and also the services that you have, the products that you make, and where you can be reached.
Yeah. Hi y'all. I'm Jude from Jude's Creation. Tonight I'm going to paint. So I'm not going to do a lot of talking. I'm an artist and creator. I specialize in paintings of naked women. And yeah, I'm a lesbian artist, so I like to paint naked women. I favor curvy women, so I like to paint them. And I don't know, I just found my inspiration in it. I also have I paint like a faceless bush girl that I don't know, she don't really have expression. That's just I'm a self-taught artist. I didn't, I taught myself how to paint, and I can't, mimic other type of paintings. I paint from, how I visualize it. So I model my art in, original pieces. So I don't know. I like what I do. I'm gonna do a little bit of that tonight.
I got a question for you, Jude. When you're done, I got a serious question too.
Yeah, I'm sorry, I'm smoking, so I'm a little.
No, you good. But for real, serious question. Cause see, I draw, and right. I prefer to draw the same thing, like nude men, women, or whatever. How do you answer people who may say what you do is, I guess, inappropriate or porn or whatever? I mean, what is your response to them, and what made you that be the type of medium you decide to paint on, or do art with?
I don't know. Like it's just like I love everything about the woman body. Like when I look at myself in the mirror, I love what I see, and when I look at other women, I love what I see. Like there is nothing just like seeing a woman bare like in her birthday suit. Like I just think it's beautiful. So like when I see it and I want to put it like how I see it on canvas, and I don't really care about nobody feeling like it's like nudity, because I do it in such a elegant, sexy way. Like I like the way it also uplift women, like because so many people are worried about how they look, and when I started painting like the more curvy woman, body not so perfect, but it is the painting, it is freaking gorgeous, and other women like, ooh, that look like me. I like that. Like
no. You got to clear that up, because I've been the inspiration.
Okay. Coco swear I'm painting her all the way, but I love that. I love to see, something that I created uplift another woman, because of course, a naked woman might make another man, a man should love it. But to make women also love it too, and fall in love with, everything. And I see me in that. Like, you get people to pay attention to, look at what I love.
Right. I got you. Yeah, because I always wanted to know, because I know you painted women, and see, like I said, I draw men and I draw women, and people like to, how people are like, why you drawing that? Why you drawing? And I say, and like when I draw women, I tend to draw women with some size. You know, and they say, why you always
Can I
drawing big
add to
women
that?
and blah 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 blah? And I'm like, I like it.
Can I
You
add
know?
something? Can I
Yeah.
add something to that? I think
Yeah.
when people ask those questions, and then I'm gonna get back to Karen. I'm sorry.
Mhm.
I think when people ask those questions to artists, I think it's important to keep in mind the best way to say is you got to see things from the artist's vision.
That's what I
And
you
then sometimes,
know.
like as a artist, when you see certain things, you create things in a certain image. Everything is not for everybody, but it's the uniqueness of what
Right.
that person see. Just like with anything in life. This is, for instance,
Mhm.
like if David is selling a house, he needs to. People are going to tell him what they prefer, or what their preferences are, what do they want
Right.
within that house, what their range is, what the market is. The
Right.
same thing with a piece. When
Mhm.
we paint of what's inspired or what we feel.
Yeah.
So a lot of times, that's why people have certain artists that they like more so than the
Mhm.
other. I don't think there's a right or wrong way to say
Right.
what if it's not for you, it's just not for you with anything in
Right.
life. But when you question someone's artistic ability or their talent of what
Right.
they're given, I just need people to understand sometimes that's like a huge insult.
Exactly. Yeah, I just wanted to clear that because I know a lot of people might be listening and having those questions too, who might draw a paint.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you know what I tell myself is
Mhm.
every artist that is like put in the history books, they started from somewhere. They created
Right.
the style of art. So
Mm-hmm.
why
Right.
should I follow the traditional style of art? If
Exactly.
I want to be one of the greatest, I
Yeah.
gotta have my own vision when it comes to art.
Right
Mm-hmm.
on. Right on.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Because somebody will always tell you, and I mean, I think all of us up here can agree when you create something or you make something or you plan for something, and
Mhm.
it's always somebody say, "Well, you probably should have."
Yeah.
No, that's
Yeah.
not what it
That's
is.
not. Yeah. That's not.
Yeah,
You can't do that. That takes away from the creativity and what it is. That's your
Mhm.
vision. Then you can create your own. But this is
Right.
the lane. This is right here. And Jude and I had the conversation all the time, especially like if she's painting and I'm painting, and I tell her no, keep that imperfection.
Yeah.
That's what's going to make that unique and great.
Right.
'Cause that's
Right.
what's going to draw people into that is that imperfection. Sometimes it's that imperfectly perfect
Yeah.
thing.
yeah,
Right on. Right
yeah,
on.
I
Right on.
personally, I think it's a blessing that you can visualize,
Mhm.
something in your mind and you can put that on canvas, right?
Yeah.
thanks.
Yeah.
I could describe something to you, but I don't have that gift, right? But I think it's, that type of expression, it's priceless, really, right?
Yeah.
Because your vision, your perspective, but then you have the ability to be able to share it with people. I think that's powerful. So
Thank
Right
you.
on. Right on.
And she's
And
a beast, as you guys will see. I'm sorry, you can finish it. Then we're gonna have Karen promote
Mhm.
her because we got some comments that saying Karen products are the best. All I'm gonna tell you, Karen, right? I'm gonna tell you up front, I ain't doing that no more. Up here, y'all gonna have to take my word for it. I ain't
Yeah.
doing no more
You
live.
ain't doing no more. I was about ready to give a whole house tour.
But no, but when we
UMT3
did
cribs
Karen
up in
live
this joint.
review, this was Karen's face. Me and Bosco completely gone. Karen was sitting back like, "Yep, that's my Karen."
I done created monsters and I'm happy.
Those products speak for
They
themselves,
do.
honey. They work every
And I'm
time.
gonna come see you too, Karen, again, because I'm low.
Okay, baby.
So
I got the
I
hookup.
know you do. I'm gonna hit you up.
We're gonna ride on
And
the
what we
Pineapple Express.
also,
Really
and also
quick,
what we talked
one
about
thing because
last
it's
week
a
about that California, we're
hold
gonna
on,
talk about that
Bosco.
too.
I'm missing one thing. So I
Yeah.
just need everybody up here because I see the person that's on. So Tiara, I need you to show this to my little friend right now because I'm missing her birthday party / dinner. Today is Dylan's, which is also my grandbaby's little friend. This is her 7th birthday today, so we can all wish Princess Dylan a happy birthday.
Happy
oh,
birthday.
happy birthday.
Yay.
happy birthday.
I'm sorry. We can continue. And then we're going to get into that.
All right.
Ready? My turn.
Yep.
Okie dokie. Well, I'm Karen, and I have a tasty line of THC infused products, different types. Edibles, I make gummies super strong. I have Hey Kool-Aid. Hey
We
Kool-Aid.
gotta talk about
These
that.
will be coming out shortly. They will be being sent out. I'm giving away some Christmas presents, holiday presents for the listeners on the show, so you can DM me with your address, and I'll send it out to you. I have muscle rub, which is really, really good for
Yes.
everything. I rubbed it on my temples when I had a headache. It was gone in like 10 minutes. So, and that was a new thing for me to use it on.
Oh, they work.
But definitely your joints, knee pain, elbow pain, any pain that you have, you can just rub it on. It's topical. There's a nice smell to it, and it doesn't last forever. So the smell will go away, but the pain relief stays.
Right.
And good for arthritis and, pretty much whatever ails you. It cleared my sinuses up if I just sniff it like Vicks, all of that. And I have infused Doritos.
Oh man.
And a couple other things, some Skittles. I'm just doing. I'm in the lab, y'all. I'm in the lab.
We co-sign everything she said. That's the best I can say.
Get some of those previous shows for the live reviews. You will see that within 30-35 minutes, everything is working tip top, ain't it, Coco?
more like about 20 minutes. These don't play.
I've seen it.
We had Boscoe fixing stuff that wasn't broke. I was just listen. It was a mess.
It was great though.
It wasn't one of our best moments, but it was our greatest moment.
We needed Karen to take over the Coco. We couldn't finish it properly.
Hold up. I'll be right back, y'all.
Oh yeah, I did have to close it up. But I'm your girl. I'm there for you. I'm there for you.
Thank you. So okay, let's start. So I have a question. And I'm gonna start with David. And then I'm gonna say the question what it is so that everybody can just roll with it. So I won't, interrupt or anything like that. So the question is, what made you get into the real estate field? Like, what was it like that drew you in, or what was it that influenced that? And then the question for the other, I know Jude may be concentrating on painting, so if she doesn't, just kind of go ahead and roll with it. Or Karen, what influenced you to start making products? So I'm gonna start with David.
I'm trying to get comfortable. I'm sorry.
You on mute?
You on mute?
Can't hear you.
On mute.
Yeah.
I do it all the time.
Doing pantomime.
I was like, what's going on?
Go
ahead.
ahead.
Y'all can hear me? All right, my bad. I'm not gonna lie and pretend like it's always been my lifelong dream to be a loan officer, to help people, with real estate finance. But my first example into real estate is my grandfather, specifically my father's father. So he is one of a handful of African American landlords in DC with more than 10 properties. And from a very young age, I watched them, whether it was, picking up trash at a building or, talking with folks, filling out a lease, identifying a new property to purchase, all of these different experiences. As you ride shotgun with your grandfather and everything like that, he's just giving you the game. So it's always been one of those things that's been in the back of my mind. Graduating from college, I was doing cell phone sales and I hated it. It was something that I did in college and something I was doing after college. And fortunately enough, this has been 10 years ago now, I got introduced to real estate banking. It was simply just because I didn't want to work on Saturdays anymore, which little did I know, being in real estate, as some of you may know, you still work on Saturdays, right? Mm-hmm. But it's a different type of work that you put in on the weekend. And the best part of the job is really just educating folks, right? Even if you don't walk away with a pre-approval today, or you decide to go with a different company, that's cool. I'll still come to your housewarming. Now, the bottle that I bring may be Sutter Home, right? If you didn't pick me, right? The bottle may be different, right? So if you don't pick me, don't be looking for the Dom Perignon. But I just want to teach people. Because again, so many people, no matter if you're in your teens, your 20s, your 30s, your 40s, your 50s, whatever the case may be. Everybody can have a home. You just need to have a plan in place, right? So that's my number one focus, is just to give people the plan, give people the tools and the information, and you know, everything works itself out. So I really enjoy what I do.
I have another question for you. Do you also do like storefront properties and things like that, or commercial properties, just in case anybody's like listening? And
Yeah, so I don't do commercial or storefront properties through Rocket Mortgage, but I do have colleagues from being in the business for 10 years that if anybody wants to get with me after this or shoot me a message, I could get you in contact with somebody.
okay, you want
I
to
have
go
a
in?
question.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Do you is land sale? So like
Mhm.
vacant lots, do you also get can you get financing for those things?
So
Or
through,
just have to do something on the property, a
yep,
dwelling on the
That's the
property?
question I needed to know.
yep. So through Rocket Mortgage, we would only provide financing on existing homes already on the property. The condition can vary, but we would still want to have something on the property. That being said, if you want to, you know, if you're looking at purchasing land, you would want to, typically you wouldn't want to work with like a big lender. You would want to work with like a bank or a local bank or a credit union, something of that nature, just because they can use something else as collateral as opposed to the home on the property.
And another question,
Yep.
since it's dead air, another question, let me just throw mine all the
Yeah,
way out there.
yeah.
So
Good shit.
for first time buying, would you suggest single family or multifamily to be the first thing that you get? Because I think even if you get multi, you only have to live in it for a limited amount of time, and then you can turn it over. Is that correct?
Can we just
Yeah,
appreciate how he set up? Was like, here we go.
yeah. I was gonna say, I was like,
Just
now,
don't elaborate.
yeah,
Hey,
Right.
now we talking.
my wheels are always spinning, baby. I got questions.
That's the line of
Yeah,
lines. I'm trying to think about how to say it. Yeah.
absolutely. So, you know, as far as building, it's, well, let me just say this, right? This will be my disclaimer, right? The program, I'm never going to recommend, you know, a one kind of cookie cutter or one fits all strategy for a home buyer, right? But if you're looking to build generational wealth, then utilizing your first time home benefit to purchase a multi-unit property. Multi-unit is considered, for at least for residential finance, is 1 to 4 units. So anything between 1 to 4 units, you can use a first time home buyer's loan on that. That is always the strategy, right? To be able to buy something between 1 to 4 units, or let's say 2 to 4 units, right? Live in a unit, rent out the other unit. That's basic house hacking 101. So I always recommend that, but that's if your long-term or even your short-term goal is to build a real estate portfolio, start to generate that passive income, that generational wealth, you're definitely going to want to go with that strategy. Yeah.
That was
Thank you.
Dang, that was some good information right there.
Yeah, that was kind of my question
everybody
too.
right here. Everybody
Right.
right here.
We all like,
That's the right question. You will get the right answer.
Yeah, I was asking that
Absolutely.
because I got I have a military property loan, and I was wondering about that generational loan, generational wealth thing, because I had one, my daughter has one, and my brother has one. We both are ex-military. Well, she's still in, and we had trying
Thank
to
you for
figure
your
out how.
service. Thank you for your
Appreciate you,
service,
bro.
by the way.
Appreciate you.
Yeah.
Appreciate you. And we were trying to figure out how we can, you know, like, I guess parlay that into some type of generation, rather than just buying one house. Because we had never known that you can buy a multi-unit place and, you know, flip it like that. You know, that's why I said that was gold right there.
Yeah. VA loan is the best loan in the game, right? But
Yeah.
you gotta earn it, right? So
Yeah.
of course,
Oh, yeah.
if everyone could be a veteran, right? Which again, we appreciate your service.
Yeah, no doubt.
If everybody could be a veteran, they definitely would be, right? But
Yeah.
that's definitely the best loan in the game, because not only can you run that same play or strategy of purchasing a 1 to 4 unit property, but you're also doing that with no money down. So
yeah. Hell yeah. Next.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah, I'm hype about that. You know, 'cause I always wanted to know, because you know, I had never knew you could do the multi-unit thing as a first-time buyer. I had never known that. I thought you had to
Me
buy,
neither.
you know, just buy a house and that be that, you know.
And that would
yep,
probably
common
be good for like large
misconception.
families, or like if you have a family and stuff, say your children get older or something like that, you
Yeah.
have that multiple dwelling. It's like you can still have your family base and family structure where,
Yeah.
it can kind of be financially, good for
Like,
everybody.
like
And
everybody
and
living, the whole
and,
family living
and
on
Yeah.
one plot of land.
Mm.
I was
Yeah.
going to say an additional benefit too with the VA loan. So, you could use that again, right, Bosco? So,
Yeah.
as your situation changes and stuff like that, you can continue to use your VA home loan to purchase another home, as long as you're purchasing a primary residence. So,
Okay.
you can't use the VA loan on paper to
Yeah.
purchase an investment property solely. But if you have
Okay.
intentions of living in that home and
Yeah.
it's multi-unit, you can
Yeah.
rent and repeat.
Oh yeah, that was the plan. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. I'm just trying to set my kids up. My other kids.
Before we switch to Karen, I made a huge mistake. I forgot something. I don't wear hand radio merch. So I forgot.
Oh yeah.
Oh, there it
Gotta
is.
sell the merch, man.
So you can visit handradio.org/shop to purchase your t-shirts, sweatshirts, hoodies, and more. Karen, what influenced you to start making products? And also, because that's not all that you do, and you also have the cleaning business as well.
Mhm.
So what was it that influenced you to start both? And then
Okay, so the first one that I did start was definitely the cleaning business, because I legitimized that going. And it came from a place of working for other people, getting pennies, basically, and excuse me. I've always been in management or of some sort or whatever. So I'm running these companies.
Right.
I'm the backbone of everybody's company, and I don't have anything for me. At the end of the day, I go with a flimsy check. I can barely meet my bill. Nobody even comes in to open up. They're at home with their feet up, and I'm in the trenches. And I just was like, this doesn't make a whole lot of sense to me, especially as I got older. And so I was like, it was just it was a thought laid on my heart. Do for yourself what you do for others.
Right.
And I couldn't let it go. So I just went in, did my docs, got my EIN number, everything, submitted it to the state so that I'm active as an active corporation in the state that I'm in. And it was very, very easy. And it was very little money. It was almost dirt cheap. And from there, I just went out, and people had already seen what type of work I did. I built a brand on my cleaning. So with each cleaning, I'm detailing and deep cleaning every time. And then if it's something that's bad, I turn it. It looks like hell, and then I turn it into brand new, practically. So I've been able to do those things. So then with the other business, with the edibles and THC infused products, I am a card carrier. So I'm going to the dispensary and I'm spending a lot of money. And I'm back in the dispensary and I'm back in the dispensary and I'm back in the dispensary, and I'm not feeling a whole lot better. So when these things came up I was looking at the amounts of the medication that they put in it, and it just wasn't targeting my pain. So I started to make my own, which target my pain. And right now it's targeting everybody else's, and I love it.
Got that right.
Shoot, I need to hit.
So from eating one of theirs, one of mine takes care of me for 8 hours. Instead, you know what I mean? I don't have to. And then I was also on a weight loss journey, and I didn't want to gain a lot of weight eating stuff.
Yeah.
So, I really did the math. Like I said, I've been in the lab now. I've got my calorie content, everything, what it's going to be, because I didn't want to redirect or tear down anything I've just, worked on, because it's hard work to lose weight. Whether you have to or whether you want to, either way, that is hard work to be disciplined enough for that. So I'm a big fan of doing the work. So I did it. And that's what got me into the edible thing. Is like, hey, you should share that, concept with somebody else. So I started to share my concept, and then it just branches out to, hey, and my target audience is people 50 and older, or actually whoever's in pain. If you have pain, if you have problems with your appetite, if you have problems sleeping, especially, I'm an insomniac, and I don't want to be on Ambien. I don't like the way it makes me feel, and I'm not too much into big pharma's drugs. So if I know that my things are organic because I make them myself, I know exactly what's in it.
Can I add to that? But before I mention what I'm going to say, can we just acknowledge how Jude is really putting me on this canvas?
Killing it.
Like, can we just? This is coming out beautifully. I'm so proud of this. But for Karen, when you mentioned the 50 and older, and like the healthcare setting was interesting, is noticing now, like even when we conduct visits, or when we go to primary care offices or specialty offices, and even if I'm doing like an assessment or something like that, one of the questions is always about like if they are on, like if they're taking medical marijuana, or if they're considering it for health reasons. And usually at one time that would never be on the questionnaire for healthcare. And the more legal it's become, and it's the money market, and a lot of people are going to that for especially for like cancer patients, patients who have chronic pain, from whether it's from accidents, things like that, even with pain management and everything like that. It's just kind of, they just want to see if you're using it. And I think that goes towards like the medical marijuana card, but people actually have visits to consult about the use of it, like how, if it's the beneficial. And then you do have some providers that's like, okay, if that's what it's going to take to keep you in pain, keep you settled, help you sleep, help your appetite, for people who may be losing weight excessively and need to balance the weight. So not just with weight loss, but sometimes stabilizing your weight. So there are many beneficial reasons for marijuana use, other than what people think of just like getting high or things like that. And they're also like really therapeutic as well. So it's kind of interesting that how even the healthcare market is moving towards that for part of a treatment plan.
Yeah, I want to add too, and I'm going to say
how much the streets was making. Thought they had to get in.
And also, like, I'm not much of a smoker. I'm really not. But I was, smoking because, PTSD, depression, and sleeping. And I find with the edibles, I can eat it and I don't have that hunger where you got to eat up everything in the house. Because, after you smoke, you want to eat. But with that, and I'm done. And with Jude, I got to ask you, what type of paint do you use for your canvas? Is it acrylic? Okay.
Yeah, so I ain't ready for oil yet, because I'm gonna learn. I'm gonna master that. But I had a bad experience when I got PTSD from using oil. But what I like about painting with acrylic is that it's fast to dry, so it challenge you more.
Do you use the medium to shine it? What was that stuff called? I got some.
This medium, you have different kinds.
I use
gloss.
Well, it depends on what paint I'm using. Some paints I don't gotta add the medium in. A good paint to use to like do something real quick is that basic paint. That's a good paint. After I finish my paintings, I varnish them. I
Yeah.
varnish them
Okay.
so
Yeah.
they can seal and dry for
Do you use a spray or do you use a paint?
I
Spray or brush.
both. It depends
Okay.
on which one I have right next to me that day.
Yes.
Because
Yeah. Same here.
sometimes I just
I
spray
know
it.
that
Like
some just
it depends on how you
look.
feel.
Yeah.
Also, like I only use like maybe 3 or 4 colors to do my bodies instead of
Yeah.
using like all the reds and the greens
Yeah.
because
I
that's
don't
not
do
how I
that.
see it.
Nah.
I was told though in one of them little them artist chat
Yeah.
things that I was doing it wrong because you should have been red here or it should have been highlighted there or it should have been this and I was like that wouldn't have been my painting.
Right. Exactly.
Like I just don't understand like you can't tell me what I see. So
Right. Exactly.
like, I might see it in the cartoon version this day. I might see it realistically that day. But guess what?
Yeah.
That's how I saw it. Though.
Yeah.
Look at it. I should have paid the booty, but I just show y'all some booty.
No,
Oh, you
you
good.
didn't see my butt. You done did it. You didn't show my
I
butt.
show you.
Nah, you did
But
it
like
enough.
no, like, and
You
I
did
like to
enough.
joke. I like to joke and play with it like that because like that's really what it is. Like most people be like,
Yeah.
we was like people ask like, "What you gonna paint a butt?" Or people be like, "We have to paint like you want to paint a butt." I'm known for the butt paintings, like
Right.
and not just any butt, the big butts. Like
That's me.
like it's just funny because the first butt I painted, it was like this big, and then I just was like, one day I was just like, I don't know, and acrylic paint takes so long, like it dries so fast, but if you work with it right, like man, it just create like some masterpieces. I like the way it feel. It like I don't know, it's something about it. Like my shoulder hurt tonight. If y'all don't keep seeing me going like this,
he's rolling.
my shoulder is killing me. But I'm
it's
sitting here and I'm like,
I got some muscle
look,
for that.
baby. I was taking notes. You right here me saying, damn, my God. Yeah.
I can vouch for the muscle rub.
Listen, because
Boscoe, I would try the acrylic. I think is good because it's an easier mixture too. If you've like you're blending your colors, I noticed that with all it's like it's a
That's what I use as acrylic. I was wondering,
So with other paintings, it's like pour paintings and oil paintings. You gotta really know how to maneuver with those. With acrylic paint, you can get your base, you can thin it, you can thicken it, you can do all different kinds of things. But when it comes to the varnish, like when you were saying, do you like some varnishes you can paint on or do whatever? I don't like those too much because you can unless you really are meticulous, you can still. I don't like when you can see like the strokes and all of that stuff of the brush on the varnish. But the spray to me, it seals better, it gives it a better look, and it gives it better coverage. And also even down to the dry time, the only thing is just making sure you're in a ventilated space. And that's another thing that I like about when you talk to other artists, you can get so many creative ideas and techniques to use that you can try. Like even with abstract, I like to use like different objects. So
with me,
different textures and stuff like that on the canvas is amazing.
Yeah, I've been a pencil artist all my life, and I just picked up painting like I guess like 2 years ago. You know, and I use acrylics and I use apple barrel. I don't know type y'all use, but
I use them all, whatever I can put my hands on.
I got some apple barrels and all that over here, but you gotta know, like I like painting like my bush girls. I paint the faceless bush girls.
Yeah.
I'll paint them like they come out better with the apple barrels than the bodies. The bodies, like I don't know, it's just something about the paint. Like you can feel what paint goes with what type of painting.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. It's just I don't know. It's something about the brush and the paint and the like.
Because you talking about how you doing big booties. Like when I first started, I can't say when I first started drawing. I guess when I flipped over, I think I was about 15, and it was this book. It was like we had a whole library in our living room. Like the whole 4 corners had shelves, and I'm looking through the books, and I pull out a thick white book, right? And I open it up. It said The Joy of Sex. I'm like, oh shit. Now, I'm 15 years old. And I see this big thick ass book. I'm like, I'm gonna check this out. So I'm sitting on the couch looking through it. And I'm like, I do this lady, she's butt ass naked. She just standing there chilling, And my uncle came down and said, "Yo, what you doing?" I said, "He's an artist, but he designed clothes too." He's like, "Yo, what you doing?" I said, "I'm drawing." And he tried to get in my shit. And my cousin was like, "Yo, let him do his thing. He's drawing what he sees." And that's how I just started drawing. I used to draw women first, and I started drawing men. But when I draw the men, I'm like, "Oh, nigga, you gay?" I'm like, "I ain't gay. I'm just drawing men and women. You know, it's not like I'm drawing."
Okay,
You know,
not to cut you off, Bosco,
yo.
because I want to get David's waiting patiently. I
Oh
want him
yeah,
to,
my
I
bad,
want him to
David.
get his question in. No, because Bosco started telling stories, and we got.
I'm a New Yorker. You know how we do. You know how New Yorkers do. You know,
So
we gotta
we got a lot to
tell a
cover. We
whole
got a lot to
story. I
cover.
mean.
So you
No.
got to wing Bosco back, because if he gonna take you. That's
Look, I was saying like,
we gonna
and look,
we
you know I
gonna
done hit the vape a couple times. Don't
we
don't
gonna
let me forget nothing.
no, we gonna stick specifically to the topics.
You know, it's New
Not
Yorkers.
for
Specifically to the
Us New
topics.
Yorkers, we're storytellers. We're storytellers.
Coco, I'm not talking
No,
to you.
storytelling is gonna be next week.
Karen. So with the products that you have that help folks sleep, would you say they're comparative to like melatonin? Do you wake up feeling groggy? Like what would you are there any side effects with the products that you have like that?
So I have not had any. They work perfectly without the side effects of like Ambien and things like that. I actually wake up really, really refreshed, and pain free.
Mhm.
Half the time I don't even know that I went to sleep. So until I wake up and I'm like, okay, world, let's go.
Yeah.
Because I do have my cleaning is manual labor. I'm not behind the desk anymore,
Right.
and I am seasoning.
Mhm.
So it over 50. So it really makes a difference. Weather changes, how much work I have, during the week or whatever, and extra additional projects. So I always fall asleep quite well. I never oversleep because for me, it's the same as a 2-hour nap as it is a 6 to 8 hours real sleep. And I still wake up either way refreshed.
Word.
Got you. Okay.
And that's personally me. But you'll have to dose for yourself, figure out what works for you and your body's metabolism, which is
Karen,
every medication for every person.
I just want to say, every time you say the word pain free, the words pain free, my damn shoulder gravitate towards you. I feel like you were sent to me from the burning bush above, like the one they talk about in the Bible. Listen, I swear, hallelujah. Like, Karen, baby, we is for real, because you see me here tonight. You see, listen, I'm telling you. Thank you. Yeah, I'm sorry.
Okay, so
all I need is the addresses.
Okay, so
all I need is the DM. Mm-hmm.
So we're gonna get back to, because I got a lot of questions, and I know we running short on the first hour, so I'm gonna just reel it back a little bit. So when someone is going to what should someone consider or do prior to starting a business? Let me start.
Hey, well, let me go. Let me finish this one. Okay, so prior to starting a business, formulate a plan. You have to know you have to do research and development. You have to find your own niche, because everybody else's business is not your business, and your business is not everybody else's. So you could come out in a field that has multiple X-type businesses, but if you curtail it to what you know is going to sell, and you have a target audience, and you've done the research, and you know exactly what you're putting out there and who you want to market it to, primarily, not only, but primarily, then those answers should be a lot easier for you to decide what you want to do. Come up with a plan. Definitely, you have to research, if you're doing a product-based business, how much do the products cost? How much does it cost to ship? If you're not brick and mortar where people are coming to you, then you have to get the product to the people. You also have to get services to the people. So I don't really talk about much of my cleaning business on this because I'm located in Florida, where mostly everybody else is north of where I am. So it's irrelevant for you all to, for my cleaning down here in Florida, unless somebody says, oh, I'm from Florida. Then you got me. I'm in St. Pete, service of the Tampa Bay area. But other than that, my other products, they are reaching out to different markets, way out in the Shreveport, Louisiana. I have, Baltimore, North Carolina, Virginia, South Carolina, and Georgia, as well as here in Florida. So I feel as though I'm making a difference, and I'm kind of okay with staying small.
Yeah.
Because I'm already doing a lot of work, and I didn't want it to take from any of the other things that I have going on. But I'm a wealth of ideas and marketing. So I keep coming up with more and more stuff every day, even on things that it's just business.
And even to add to that, in the process of you doing your research on what it is, I think it's important before you consider a business to make sure that's something that's of your interest, that's passionate of yours, not just something that you see someone else making money off of. And in that research of gaining knowledge of the market, and especially if it's heavily saturated, you want to see who your top competitors are. How can you be unique? How can you stand out? Those are some things that you want to brainstorm. What would make somebody shift to you as a, to try out your product so that you can stand out to do that. So I think all of that is also important in your research is to see what the competition is doing, whether you're locally, globally, whatever it is that you want to do. And also with that, how far do you want to take your business? What is the goal? Like your short term, long term, how do you want to go? So each phase of your business, so that you don't get bored and it doesn't get, put too much on yourself, is to understand or to see where is it that you wanted to go. And of course, cost for goods, cost for startup, finance. If you're going to need like an account or something like that, what bank do you want to go with that can be beneficial to your business? It's a lot that you have to consider. And if you don't know how to create a business plan, there are several different sites that will help you conform your business plan as to how you need it to make sure it's tight and precise, so that if you have to present it for funding, where you're going to get the funds for your. So it's a lot that you have to consider in doing your as a part of your research, from knowledge based to financial based to consumer based. Saturation, the longevity of the market, what does the downtime look like? Is it seasonal? And things like that. So you just want to make sure it's beneficial and it's something that you really want to do, that you can stick with.
Right on.
Do I go to my next question? Anybody want to put something else over there?
No.
I was going to say no. That's, outside of the paperwork, right? That's what it takes. Yeah, I would say those are the initial steps for sure.
Where do you what's the so
get it up. And you call me old. I'm supposed to be the old man.
My vitamin D is low. My vitamin D is low. No, because I was just thinking, because a lot of times, and I mentioned like sometimes when people want to go into a business, they see somebody else and everybody say, oh, I got it, because they want to say I have a business. Like we talked about that before, because you may see somebody else doing it, so they can make it look easy, but you don't know what that person went through to start the business. And I think a lot of people don't understand that period of startup, where so you might be in the red for a minute. In that time frame of understanding, you may not see revenue from that business for a long time, for a couple of years or so. But then my other question would be, everybody says everybody should have some type of ownership as far as business wise or something like that. Do you guys think business is for everybody? Like having your own business, entrepreneurship?
I'm gonna say no.
I agree.
I'm gonna say no. I don't think it's for everybody. I don't personally, just because we can talk about, I'm sure everybody knows one or two statistics, right, about how many businesses fail within year one, somewhere between year 1 and year 5, right? But I think that for those tough times when you're not making money, that's when the mission, right? The purpose, the love of what you're doing, that has to be there or you're not going to make it. It's only getting, harder to even, it, it's getting harder to work for people these days, let alone be able to work for yourself, right?
Mhm.
So you got to be all in. So I don't think it's for everybody, personally.
I don't either.
Me
I
neither.
think sometimes people feel pressured. Like you may have somebody that have a talent, right? And as first, like, you should be in business for yourself. A lot of people don't want the responsibility, but just
Mhm.
because you're working for somebody else, that doesn't mean you're not successful. And I think sometimes we have a weird way of defining what bossing up or what being business minded means. It's not
Yeah.
always entrepreneurship. And I say it all the time, and I say it again. Do not step on people that have a corporate job, because those corporate jobs are funding your businesses, their side businesses, and everything else. And like I said, everybody don't want that responsibility of um of having a business or having that off season, because you're going to have a dry season. That's just
Mhm.
inevitable no matter what business you in. You see so many companies, grand closing, grand opening, reopening. We closing down again, bankrupt. We going back in business again. It's just this because everybody has that season. It's how to know what to do. It's knowing what to do in those seasons. That's like the important piece that I don't think a lot of people look into.
Yeah.
I
I
know.
think it depends on what type of business it is.
Mhm.
I
Very true.
do believe that everybody has the ability to do something. It's just about finding your something. And the problem is most people choose the wrong something.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Um, and because of that, a lot of people suck at what they do.
Yeah.
you know, and instead of trying to find your something and be great at it, because there are a million, probably trillion different style of clothing,
Hmm.
jeans,
Yeah.
but the brand matter or the brand don't matter. But there
Yeah.
Yeah.
are, it does not matter. You feel me? So
Yeah.
and a bunch of different people make them. So something as simple as jeans. So I feel
Hmm.
like everybody's got to find like their thing. One painting, like no bullcrap. I thought my painting wasn't good enough, right? And you know what I saw?
Hmm.
I saw this painting, a blue, like just all it was like real big blue, like all
Yeah.
blue painting, like this one specific blue that
Yeah.
sold for like 200 something million dollars. And
Yeah.
then like when I started
Crazy.
watching art movies and stuff, I started
Yeah.
watching like stuff that people sell like their first like big painting at like a art show for like thousands of dollars. And I
Yeah.
was just like, and then you look at the painting and you be like, what? That's
What the
all
hell is
like.
that? They
So
just threw
now you
paint on
start
there.
watching and you start, so then like you find your stuff and then you think like, dang, one day,
Yeah.
and then you see the stories like it can happen.
Mhm.
Yeah.
One day I didn't believe in myself until I did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, you
My
feel me?
first
Like,
one
Absolutely.
sold for my first painting. I was like, "This some trash," and I think I
yeah.
painted it, and somebody, and it was probably about this big. It wasn't big. It was probably like it wasn't even a 16 by 20. It was smaller, and it wasn't really nothing. It was just literally me just throwing some paint on
Oh,
it, getting myself back right. That painting sold for like $200. I was like, "You gonna buy that?" Because in my mind, I'm like, "This is not
wait a
even my,"
minute.
you know what I'm
Let me
saying?
let me let me brag about my friend real quick because she brags about me and my all the time. Let me tell you something. Let me tell y'all something. Let me tell y'all something. Let me tell you something about Miss Coco. She went to this like it was like all women, black women. It was
Yeah.
dope, y'all. This all event. She was the only artist there. Baby sold out on everything that she brought to the show. I
Yeah.
was so inspired by my friend and so proud of her. And we was
Hell yeah.
encouraging each other to paint like every day, all that. Like, man, let me tell you something. Baby sold out. I was so pumped. Like
Yeah.
I want to do that one day. I
Hell
want to
yeah.
show all my stuff and sell out.
Yeah, and you gonna
Baby
do it.
sold out. And she had about 15, 20 paintings up there and sold every single one of it. It was all types of people around there, bracelets, hair products, this and
Yeah.
that, and all that. But baby, guess what sold? The art. And you know how many people tell me the art on canvas at that. A lot of people like,
Yeah.
oh, the digital world, you know, it's a digital world, blah, blah, blah. Baby, no, you don't understand. Real artists understand what it feels like to take that brush, dip it in that paint, put it on that. It's the magic that come out of that, man.
Yeah.
And she sold everything, like every single painting. She ain't go home with a painting.
Oh,
You know
wow,
something-
somebody.
And you know something about that? And people
Like a
who buy paintings, or people who always say, why are you charging so much? They don't realize the time and the work you put into that painting. It's like, well, I gotta pay. Like I sold an 8x11 for $75. I didn't expect to get that. I had to set it sitting there, and this guy bought it from me. And then one person said, I wouldn't have paid that for it. And I said, well, that's why you don't have it.
Period.
I said, and the guy that bought it, he basically said, you don't know the work he put in to put this thing together. And he's like, how long did it take you to do that? I said, it took me a few hours. And the other guy looking at all befuddled, why did it take so long? He said, it takes a while to do this stuff because you have to think of the idea. You got to take your time. You just can't throw paint on it and say, oh, it's done. You know?
Okay.
It's crazy.
So I'm sorry, this was getting good and we were getting to the points. Listen, so we're going to take a quick break, and when we come back, we're going to get into the contracts, what goes wrong, and I want us to elaborate on that, Bosco. So remind me when you left off to speak on where we want to elaborate on that, because it's a good point for business, and I also think David can elaborate that on his field as well. So all of you that are watching, you may see us disappear, but we will be right back. If you're listening on Ham Radio, stay right where you at and enjoy the music.
Yes, sir. Peace.
In a minute.